So when I first learned that it was actually my dad was going to need some help, and I was actually very concerned about safety, about security, and what would that mean for him, and would they get along? There was just all kinds of questions and concerns that I had, and so when I called Tish and had a long discussion, and she explained how the process works. What I loved about it was that they came out to my dad's house. They sat down, both of them sat down with my dad and myself and talked about what kind of help do you need? And they really got to know Dad as a person. And I felt like I was being able to hire somebody that would care for them as an individual, not just as a job. And so I knew that it turned out great. And so when Mom needed help, I didn't have any fears at all, because I knew exactly who I was going to call, and that they would provide some people that would be good for Mom. And it was the same experience. They came out and got to know her. They have found 2 caregivers for Mom that are fabulous, different in their own rights, and really good for Mom. So I am so pleased and would recommend them to anyone. The reason we chose My Choice was not only for the personal connection, but it allowed my parents to stay in their own home, which was great for them. That's what they wanted to do. They didn't have any interest in moving, and for their health, that was a better thing to do, is to let them stay in their own house where everything is comfortable and familiar. Well, it's been a little different for each parent. When my father was living and they were caring for him, mostly he wanted a little bit of companionship, but mostly someone to drive him places, whether it was to the store, or he's always been somebody that just wanted to ride around town and just see things. And so we found people, or I should say Tish and Mela found people that were willing to do that, and that worked out really well. With my mom, she also needs that transportation to the store so that she can do her grocery shopping. But then they do a lot more for her at home, as far as a little bit of light cleaning and help with laundry, because Mom has a little bit different issues than Dad did. One of the things I've really appreciated about My Choice, when I had, actually his caregiver's name was Tom, and when he was helping with my dad, he showed a lot of compassion for Dad, and they got to know each other. And I think he saw when things were changing for Dad, maybe even before we did. And when he acted differently, he was very good to call us immediately and say, something's not right, I think you need to check into it. And he helped us toward the end. And as we needed help getting him to the doctor, and wanted to come see him when he was in the hospital, and that was just really touching. He didn't need to do that, and he went above and beyond. I've appreciated the transportation piece of it, because it has allowed me a little bit more freedom, so my mom can now go to the store and isn't waiting on somebody else. And I think it's given her, well, I know it's given her more independence, which has been good. So yes, I am very happy with My Choice and would recommend them to anyone.